All right, it's Pick'em. This is going to be our shortest Pick'em of the year. Only 4 games we're going to pick. And then I'm going to have a bonus game at the very end if we both tie.
Okay.
To see who wins this week.
Okay.
You went 2-5 last week. I went 4-3. Looking at our bracket cast for the Tide and Tigers in our groups.
I think, is Bobo still at the...
Miller is winning.
Oh, Miller.
Jordan Miller, yes.
Miller.
Yes,
Congrats,
94%. Buddy. Jordan has Florida winning it all, and he's got him playing Duke. I am in second.
I'm in like 11th,
yes.
But I do have Auburn winning, so if we win, I think I jump up to like 4th.
Chance, you're in 9th.
Oh, I moved up.
And Auburn, if Auburn does win, you may be in 3rd.
Yeah, it'll move me up to the top 3. I just need Auburn to win.
Bobo's in 3rd, Christian's in 4th, but has Alabama to win it all.
Bobo has Auburn to win, though.
Yeah, and Leonardi has... Yeah, Bobo could win it. If Auburn wins, Bobo's going to win.
Yeah.
Nobody has Duke or Houston. So it's going to get really interesting to see if Duke or Houston make it, and if Miller can hold that top spot. But yes, 2 games left. We'll see. I will say this, Chance. I did a second chance bracket.
A second chance bracket?
Yes.
I did 1. I submitted 1.
In the Sweet 16, they let you do a second chance bracket to pick the Sweet 16. I'm number 1 in the world right now. 100%. Number 1 in the world.
Well, you should have sent me this opportunity. I could have competed again.
We could post on the show. You could have competed again. I'm number 1 in the world.
It leaves me out of the things I might do something decent in.
Imagine it being a chance of having to go against the number 1 guy in the world right now. It's a pretty tough situation.
Want to take him down? Let's go.
All right. So
speaking of our fans, I want to give a shout out to... let's see, Bobby and Craig Shaw in the city of Huntsville. They want to say go Dogs out here, even though, they're not even in the Final Four. But go Dogs for football. We'll see it.
Go Dogs for football.
I had to give you a little tough talk there.
The shout out would have been in football season. That's more of a...
they're the champs.
They're the champs. Yeah. So, Jordan...
But no,
not the champs this year. Ohio State obviously won, but they've definitely dominated the Gators, the Tigers, and the Tide.
Yeah, they've embarrassed us. But, so give a shout out to those guys, City of Huntsville. Appreciate y'all listening.
And not the Tide as much. Tide has had their number, especially with Nick Saban. Not as much as DeBoer.
We don't care about the Tide.
DeBoer did beat him this year, too. What am I talking about?
We don't care about the Tide on this side. We're good.
Bama dominates the Dogs. We all know that. So, all right, so let's get to the picks. Auburn versus Florida. We'll leave that for last. We'll start with the girls. Texas versus South Carolina. South Carolina has continued to be a powerhouse in women's college basketball. Dawn Stanley, great coach, obviously was a great player. I'm going to go with South Carolina in this game. The line is, let's see what they got the line at. For those who, let's see, women's NCAA basketball, the line is 5. South Carolina 5. I'm going to take South Carolina at the 5. Even though Texas has had a really good year, they beat TCU to get to the Final Four. I'm going to South Carolina at -5.
Underdogs staying within the spread have been pretty decent for me, so I'm just going to go with Texas. Not losing by more than 5.
All right, speaking of another powerhouse, UConn back in the Final Four.
You already know where I'm going.
Yes. Paige has led them to another Final Four. I'm going to go with UCLA.
Oh, you're going for the upset. Okay.
I think and UCLA is a 1 seed. So
it's still an upset against UConn.
UConn's the only 2 seed in all both women's and men's bracket. It's all 1 seed except UConn, and that's really because USC Juju got hurt.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with UCLA to beat UConn. I don't think they're as good as UCLA, so that's going to be.
I think coaching's going to come into play there, and UConn's going to come out.
Gene is one of the best of all time in any sport. So all right, let's get to the men's games. Duke and Houston. This could be the game of the tournament. I'm going with Houston.
I'm surprised by that.
Duke has been really good. These guys can guard.
You've been wearing Duke.
Yeah, I know. This is more Gators. I'm going with Houston because I think that Houston is going to lock down Duke and play their best game of the tournament. Actually, Tennessee may have been their best game of the tournament, but I think Houston's going to win a really close game. I think Duke these young freshmen finally have a hiccup. The game before the national title. Give me the Cougars.
I think
the line's at 5, so I'm taking them at +5.
Oh, at +5.
Yes.
Okay, well, dang, that does change my idea for the pick, but I still just need to go with Duke. I trust them. Let's. Why would -5? I'm going to tease it down personally on my picks. I'm going to go down to 3, but at -5, let's do it.
Okay.
I think the game for that is going to be if Houston does find a way to slow down Cooper Flagg. Duke's finally going to have 3 other players step up that have been just itching for their time to shine.
Well, and something like I said, Con had a huge game. Like they have the capability. These guys are major, highly recruited players, and they've had good games. Silent James has had a good game. Proctor had the highest 3-point percentage the first 2 games of the tournament. So these are really good players.
Oh, yeah.
And Cooper gets a lot of the attention, but I think they have a lot of star power that people. Again, it's not one of those Duke teams that you're used to with the 5 or 6 players that they're household names. Yeah. It's one guy's the household name, but these other players are good players.
I think they're wanting to become their household name this game.
All right, that's a good pick. So again, with Houston, I got Houston. Chance has Duke. Auburn, Florida. We know how this is going to work. Your boys go with the Gators.
Eagle.
Hey. I was letting you finish. I think the Gators, their front line, the size is too big. I think that the fact that they didn't shoot well, their 2 senior guards made 0 threes. Clayton didn't make a single three till 5 minutes left in the second half. I think the guards explode. The bigs rebound. I like the Gators. I like the Gators by 2.5. I like the Gators to win by more than 5, actually. I'm going with Florida to go to the national championship to play Houston, and that's my prediction actually in my bracket as well. So,
Yep. I'm going to go with Auburn here, no question. I think we're going to have Pettiford step up, make some big plays. Broom's going to have to limit himself because I know he's not healthy. I know he's just playing through injury. So take care of yourself so we can make it to a championship and have you win that championship for us because you're going to come down to that game. I think it's going to be a close game all the way until the last 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it's going to come down to fouls and crap like that. But like I said, I still think some team's going to piss us off or piss myself off really if Auburn can't make its free throws. That's going to be the downfall.
Yeah. Well, the last game didn't come to free throws. Florida really dominated throughout the whole entire game. Again, I don't think it's going to be that dominant a game, but I think Florida plays their best game of the tournament.
They're going to have
in advance. So, again, you have Auburn, Duke going to the national championship. I assume you have Auburn winning it all.
Yes.
Talk about Auburn, Duke.
I got Auburn on my preseason bets.
So, Auburn, Duke. How you talked about how great Duke is. How does Auburn match up with them to win that game?
It's going to be...
That was not a good... that was not a good... confident, I guess.
It's going to be a game where coaching from Bruce Pearl is going to come into play.
Yeah.
We're going to have Broom making plays when he's in. They're going to have to figure out a strategy to limit Cooper Flagg to as long as we can keep Cooper Flagg under 14 points in that game. That's a great game.
Yeah.
We need to do something like that where we can keep him outside on the perimeter and make the other guys work on the inside.
Here's what I think is that's a good point. Billy Donovan used that strategy against Greg Oden for Ohio State the year. Let him score as much as he wants to. And so almost the opposite of what you're saying. Let Cooper get 30 points. Just don't let anybody else do anything.
Gotcha.
And then, Florida may use that against Auburn this week.
They could.
Let Broom get his.
Especially if he's injured.
Yeah.
Let him keep working himself.
Play Broom one-on-one and guard the rest of the guys. And if everybody else, if Broom scores 40, he scores 40. We score 70, But if Duke, that's one thing I think if Auburn does play them, I think that's what they do. Let Broom guard him one-on-one. And if he beats Broom.
He's going to beat Broom.
But if he, I'm saying,
Broom's on 100.
But again, if he does, he scores. But if you shut down everybody else, then I think you can beat Duke.
But I think where we lose in that strategy is offensive rebounds from Flagg probably outweigh defensive rebounds from Broom. And I think if it's a one-on-one matchup and they're inside shots, he's going to win those matchups again on the rebounds. And nobody on our team is going to be getting rebounds because they're too worried about their guy on the outside.
Well, and that's a good point. And again, but that was my point of the Arizona Duke game. They let Caleb Love have his.
Yeah.
He could score 40 points.
Yeah.
That's still only 40 points. The other guys didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So sometimes letting their best player do his own thing and just focusing and making sure nobody else has a good game, that's proven to be a winning strategy down the stretch.
Maybe the best player has an off night. Maybe they don't make all the shots.
Then it's double.
Yeah.
I got all Florida going to play Houston. I think that Houston, that's the one team that matches up good with them because they have Florida has skilled guards who can score. Houston's guards are really good defenders, but they can't score. Cryer's a good player, but Houston's not a scoring team. They're a team that's going to fast break you, play good defense, and hope that results in good offense. Yeah. Florida can create shots and have good offense. So I think that's the one matchup Houston's saying, man, their guards are tough guards. Former quarterbacks, a couple of them are, and they can score. Our guards are good, tough guards, but they're not consistent scorers. So that's why I got the Gators to beat Houston in the championship. And so we'll see how it all plays out. But I'm very excited for the game on Saturday between Auburn and Florida. And it's going to be crazy here in Alabama for sure. So
best of luck to you Gators.
Hey, we'll see. I mean, either way, one of them's going to play. Either way, one of them's going to play for a national championship on Monday night, and that's pretty awesome.
It's going to be orange and blue getting in there either way.
Yeah, on Tide and Tigers.
War Eagle.